Hello, 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 my collective, my angels, my loves. How are you doing? I put a reading out for you earlier on which one on a Wednesday, and we also put a reading out for you earlier talking about new love. Okay, and I don't know if you watched it or not, but if you didn't, I guess you say, you know what? Fine. I'm happy. I've grown. I've changed. Woohoo! I'm on my spiritual journey. You don't care about that, do you, collector? I know you're in your earthly being. You, someone was a catalyst for this growth, and right now you just want to know what's going to happen to them. You're like, Cindy, okay, cool. I got it. I got it. I'm growing, I'm evolving, I'm changing. Yes, I'm thinking now. I'm using my intuition now. Yes, we know. Thank you, thank you. But I want to know what's going to happen to this person that hurt me. I want to know what's going to happen to this person that manipulated me because I was good to them and they did me wrong. And I want to know what's their karma, what's going to go on with them. Okay, well, collective, you want to know? You're going to find out today. All right? I get it. You want to know. So let's find out. Spirit team, spirit guides, tell my collective what's going to happen with the person who was a catalyst for their growth, their spiritual healing. What's happening with them? Well, they're definitely thinking about you, that's for sure. They're using their intuition. They're thinking about you. They're thinking about how they missed how you were good to them. Some of them might be going to someone who does readings, looking at tarot themselves. This is a 46, which goes to a 10. They're thinking about the fact that it is over. The cycle is over with you. You're not coming back. They're thinking about the past, things you did. What could I have said? What should I have done? Why didn't I do right by the collective? Okay, they're doing some introspecting. Okay, some of them are tapping into their spirituality because not only did they awaken you, but you awaken them. Okay, some of them are going into their sixth chakra using their third eye. They are trying to tap into their intuition to see what they need to do to get you back. All right, this talks about a 40 talks about stability as well, their emotional stability, mental. They're in their head about you. Archangel Metatron is one that talks about um, healing. So some of them are trying to heal right now, and they're trying to get on their spiritual journey to come up to match you because you have elevated, you have evolved. Some of them are working on their childhood issues, realize they need to heal some things that happened with them in their childhood. They're trying to think about, why they keep repeating these patterns of behavior, why every time they get in a relationship it fails, why they keep repeating cycles, why they keep doing the same thing over and over again. They're very much brokenhearted over you. Okay, some of them had past heartbreaks that even went prior to you that they never healed, and I realized I need to heal on it. Okay, some of them just were taking your love from you but not returning love to you, definitely not making you feel loved. And now they're in their heart, they're in their mind. Not only are they in their mind about it, but they are in their heart about it. All right, they know that for a lot of you, you're not coming back. All right, it's a 9. You've wrapped up this cycle. You had the 10 out here. The cycle is over, but they're thinking about, like, how did I miss that the collective was leaving? How did I miss that this was going to be it, that this was my last go around with them? Some of them thought that they can come in and out of your life whenever they wanted. All right, so they're actually doing some soul searching right now. They're really looking within themselves. All right, give me one more. Thank you. Yeah, because you're blossoming. They see that you're out here blossoming. They see that you're being abundant. You're manifesting everything that you need. Okay, you're grounded. Opportunities are coming towards you. They're not. They're realizing now that they need to grow. Okay, they need to make some changes within themselves if they ever want to have anything. All right. So what is going on? Like with this person in the collective's mind, what's going on in their environment? Like, what's going on with them that's making them do this introspection other than this heartbreak? They're checking themselves. They're taking a look at themselves. They're checking themselves. They're realizing that it's them. They have a pattern of behavior. They're realizing that they need to see some things, how they keep missing the mark. What do they need to do? Why they keep repeating the same cycle of behavior in all their relationships? Why people come and go out of their life? All right, but you already know You already know that this person have things that they need to heal. Like, you knew this. You may have even told this person, like, you got some things you need to heal. You got some things you need to release. You have some things you need to let go of. The reason we're not working is because you're still holding on 505 to the past hurt, past betrayals. Like, this person you knew, okay? And this person's realizing that, hey, no matter how I hurt your heart, no matter how I treated you, no matter what I did, I never hated you. I don't hate anything about you. You may have felt that they did, because of how they were acting. You may think, well, like when you left, did they ever love me? Did they ever care? Yes, they did. Okay. And it's because they projected so much of what they were going through onto you, to you felt like there were no feelings, there was nothing there. All right. But this person, you just mirror some things that they weren't really ready to face or address about themselves, but they hate nothing about you. Okay. Some of you might be doing something because this person's reading, they're seeing clearly, now that it was them, not you. And not only that, but they're seeing something about you. So maybe you're posting something online, they're rereading some messages that you gave to them or sent to them, or subliminal things that you have out there. They're reading. What else, Spirit guys? What else? My collector wants to know what's going to happen with this person, that triggered them. You've definitely blocked them. You've definitely moved on for them. They may be starting to block people as well from their life so that they can take the time to look at themselves. Um, you feel like you have nothing left to say to this person, so you're very much a lack of communication for a lot of you with the person that you were dealing with. This person sees you as being healing for them, and you guys had healing sex. Okay. Um, when they were with you, they exude some type of closeness, love making. Wasn't just, hit it, quit it, leave it. This person like really felt like they expressed how they felt through you through sex. So this is somebody that was definitely in their sacral chakra, their second chakra. Um, because their way of expression was not verbal, it was not words. Okay, this was, they felt like, as the way I touch you, the way I hold you, the way I make love to you, that was their way of telling you, showing you their emotions and how they felt. All right. And they now want to come in, and fight for you, because now they're realizing, like, hey, I've lost the collective. I want the collective back. That was the best thing I ever had. That was my touching, loving person. There's nobody out here a better sex than them, better love than them, because it was your energy. It was what you exude. It was the spiritual bond that you have. And they, again, hate nothing about you. And now they're actually taking the time to check themselves to see that, maybe it was me. Maybe I pushed the collective away. Okay. And it's making them feel very insecure. They're very insecure, and especially in not knowing whether or not they can get you back. They're in their head a lot. This person's not sleeping. I can tell you that. They're watching everything that you do. They don't know if you moved on, if you're with someone else, if you're dating someone else, and if so, are you intimate with someone else? And that's not something that they really want you to do, because this person's going to see you as theirs. Okay. What else, Spirit Guide? What else? Yeah, this person may think that they're under some type of spiritual attack, because they might be dealing with some karma, definitely, for how they treated you and things that they did to you. So this person may actually be trying to do something to get you back, sending some love spells or something to get you back to them. You've definitely sent them in some type of a spiritual awakening for them to address and work on their shadow side, do some shadow work within themselves. But you're under divine protection. So even if this person is upset that you've moved on, even if they're upset and feel like they're trying to do some type of love magic or something to reel you back in, like, you're protected by that. Okay, you're protected. You guys were definitely opposites of your person, and that was probably one of the things that first initially attracted the two of you together. The opposites, the instant attraction between the two of you, and because you guys balance each other out. But at the same time, that was probably one of the things that made this person fear the attraction as well. You could have had different nationalities, different cultures, different beliefs. Someone could have been more financially stable than the other. One could have been more humbled, while one was in their pride and ego. I mean, just differences. What, however, in what it was, it could be different age. One old, one young. It's just that you guys really balance one another out. And that's something that they didn't see at the time. All right. So your person, they may have been a player. They may have played you, got out here and started dating third party, putting you in third party affairs. All right. This person possibly could have caught a STD. So if they do come back towards you, get a health check. Wear a condom if you're even thinking about having a one night stand or intimate moment with them, because your person possibly got an STD out here. All right. And this reminds me of the Cancer sign. You know how they have the Cancer sign? So they could have caught an STD from a Cancer. Okay. What else, spirit guys? Or your person could be a Cancer. They're definitely feeling guilt for how they done you. They're feeling more ashamed, especially now that they see you out here blossoming and abounding while they're dealing with the heartache. They're feeling ashamed. They're embarrassed about their actions. They're feeling remorseful. They're stressed, definitely with insecure and guilt out here. This person is very stressed that you're going to go have a new beginning with somebody else. All right. Because they saw that you healed. They see you healing. They see you recovering. This person, this person too, wants to be able to come back in, and they want to feel safe again, okay? Because they're not happy out here without you, and you did make this person feel safe, and they want to come back in and have you back in their life so that you can help them recover from what they're going through. All right. This person has egg on their face right now. They have egg on their face because they know they messed up. They know they messed up. They got caught. They feel foolish. Everything they try to do backfired on them. The energy they try to put you in backfired on them. Now they're having to deal with that energy. They wanted you to feel lost, depressed, stressed, not knowing what they were doing. They wanted you in your head space about them, and that's about them, and that's where they are. They're in their head space about you. They don't know what you have going on, who you're doing it with, if you're going to come back. They can't even focus on what they have going on in their life because you're in their head all day long. They're planning on reaching out to you. You may receive some unexpected phone call from them. They are a little hesitant because they don't know if you're going to reject them. And I think the rejection is going to 1202, and I say that is really going to be devastating for them. So they're strategizing right now. They're trying to figure out, what to even say. What can I even say to the collective? Because I've done so much. I hurt them. I was a fool. I didn't work on my childhood issues, and because I didn't, I had these insecurities, I had these anxieties. I carried out myself in this relationship in a way that was not wise for the collective or myself. There was a lot of push and pull in this relationship. All right. They were unbalanced. They wanted to control you. They wanted to control the relationship. Again, this is somebody that you had power struggle with. This is somebody that was in their ego and had a lot of pride. Okay. Yeah. But they want you to come back. They want to feel the relationship with you again. They want to have those feelings of affection for you. You are the only person that ever was a real connection for them. They ever really had these feelings for. And that's why they're hurting. They're hurting because they've lost you and they don't know if you're ever going to come back, if they'll ever have another chance. They're realizing now this might be it. I may never see the collective again. And that's why you might be getting these phone numbers, these phone calls, and fake texts, people playing on your phones, coming up as spam numbers. It's not spam. It's your person. They're hurting. They want to hear your voice. They missed the red flags. You were telling them, I know, collective, you gave them signs like, hey, we need to talk. Can we talk? I don't like what you're doing. I don't like the way you're making me feel. Like, why are you doing this? Somebody probably say, yeah, I'm going to call you. I'm busy right now. I'm going to call you later. We're going to talk about it. Never happened. Okay, never happened. You probably text them, didn't return text messages. There were so many red flags. Spirit gave this person red flags, like, hey, you need to move forward with the collective. You need to stop playing games with the collective. But your person was just so busy, cheating and being deceptive and playing mind manipulation. And so you had to walk away. You had to get your closure. You left. You was like, hey, I'm done. I'm moving on. I need to go find my inner peace. This is not it. They broke your heart for the last time, and this time, because some of you could have came in and out of this relationship. You kept forgiving them and you take them back. You forgive them again, you take them back. Like I said, a lot of push pull in this dynamic. But I think this last time, you were like, that's it. This was the last time. No more broken hearts from you. I'm moving on. All right. This person was in denial. They didn't know if this was infatuation or real love. They knew they were obsessed with you. This person may now be obsessed with you, or they may be doing spell work. Again, we have this out here twice. So this was for sure. This person might be doing spell work trying to manifest you back into their life because they don't want you to move on, all right? Because you're not in contact with them. They can't hear your voice. They can't see you. You block them, and you give them silent treatment. They're realizing, okay, and you may have done that before, but maybe before you didn't do it for as long as you have now. Maybe before when you did it, you didn't really stand on your boundaries. So this person was childish. They're very immature. They were insecure. I feel like when you try to talk to them and have an adult conversation with them to say, your needs weren't being met, or how you were feeling, or how they were making you feel, or what you felt you need to work on a relationship, you would just get into verbal conflicts with this person because this person was being childish. They had this victim mentality. They couldn't sit there and have that adult conversation with you, so they projected. They probably gaslight. They probably told you it was you, or they said something sarcastic or smart to hurt your feelings or something and make you just want to say, you know what, forget it. I'm not even going to entertain this conversation because you can't have a mature conversation with me. This person's thinking about all of this right now. What else, Spirit guys? What else? What else can you tell me about this person? Because the collective wants to know, like, what's going on with them? Yeah, they're going to come back. They're going to send you a message. You're going to hear from them. Like I said, you're getting unknown phone calls. They want to hear your voice. They're planning on what they could say to you. You are going to get a message for them. They're going to tell you that they want to hear from you. You're definitely going to hear from them soon. All right. But it's not the right time to even entertain this person, to even think about, letting them come back in your life. Like, you're still doing your healing. You're still doing your moving on. All right. Some of you, this person may ask back together, and you may just tell them no, like, because you're moving on. You're moving on. Some of you actually did move, relocated, change your residence, and this person is still going to travel towards you. They want to travel towards you, all right, because they don't want you to move on. They feel the emotional distance between you, all right. Someone could have been questioning their sexuality. You could have questioned their sexuality. You could have questioned, maybe they hook up with somebody that in the same sex or dealing with sexuality, but this person's still trying to figure themselves out. They're, again, because we trying to figure themselves out. And check yourself. Like, this person is really starting to look now and use their intuition and rely on the intuition to try to figure out, like, what is it? Why am I keep repeating these cycles? So Spirit guys, tell me, like, what does this person need to work on? Like, what is it that's going on? Thank you. Self-deceit, illusion, and secret. Even the sweetest bird harbors fierce intentions. Yeah, this person is realizing that basically they deceived themselves out of a great relationship. All right, they kept a lot of secrets from you. They deceived you. They set up a lot of illusions. They had you thinking the relationship was going to be one way, and that's not even what their intent was, or that's not even what they were willing to offer you at the time that they were even offering it to you. Okay, so this is somebody that they've caused their own heartache. They really did. What else? What else? What else? They need to turn their shadows into gold by shifting your awareness, empowerment, rebirth. Somebody needs to learn how to alchemize. They need to learn how to alchemize their light and their dark. They need to have a rebirth with themselves, come out a better person, see the patterns that they've been exuding. Self-sabotage. Yeah, they sabotaged this whole relationship. They sabotaged it themselves by the way they carry themselves, for not being able to work on their what they needed to heal, by not being honest, or by not being real, by not telling you they weren't ready for something, by leading you to believe something's going to be more than not. Embrace the void. This is somebody who felt empty inside, okay? This is somebody who was out here more than likely jumping in and out of a lot of third-party relationships because they were looking for something to make them feel whole, make them feel at peace, because they were unhappy. And the reason they're unhappy is because they had things they had not healed. They like the darkness. This is somebody that needed to know how to dispel the darkness and allow light to come in, allow love to come in. This is somebody that has their heart closed. The unknown. This is somebody who needs to surrender, have faith. Your person didn't have faith. They saw things one way. They never just trusted that things worked out for you. They never trusted that you wouldn't hurt them. They didn't have faith in themselves. They didn't have faith in you. They did not have faith in this relationship. Okay? So, what are some of the secrets that they were keeping from the collector? What are some of the secrets that the collector had to find out the hard way? What did the collector have to find out the hard way from going through? Okay, thank you. You had to find out that you needed to put more self-care into yourself, that you needed to do some introspection on yourself and heal yourself. Okay, you need to find out it was time to cut ties. You need to find out when to cut ties, how to stand up for yourself. Okay, you needed to find out how to find your freedom, when to find your freedom, when to free yourself from a situation. Some of you stay in a situation too long, and you needed to learn, okay, when a situation or relationship is not going well, when it's toxic, when to cut those ties and let go and not continue to keep feeding it. Okay, this person definitely had you stressed out in your head. A lot of you didn't sleep, you were worried a lot. They gave you migraines, tension, headache. They kept you stressed to the point. You didn't trust them. This person, you had to learn the hard way. You couldn't trust this person. All right, that they were disloyal. This person burned a bridge with you, and that's why they know they can't come back, and that's why they're so insecure. They know they can't come back. All right, because they're out here living the fast life, chasing money, chasing girls, chasing men, whatever they thought, because they thought that was their security. They didn't look about what was on the inside, so they ran from you. Okay, they were in denial about their feeling. They gave you a bunch of excuses why they couldn't build with you. It wasn't time. It was busy. They're working. So you decide, okay, I'm gonna leave. You don't want to build with me. I'm going to leave. I'm gonna take time to myself. I'm gonna work on myself. All right, because you got tired of this person delaying you. You got tired of them procrastinating. You got tired of them saying they were busy. Busy with what? They weren't busy for things that they wanted to do. They put this relationship in stagnate this relationship. All right, it wasn't going anywhere. Some of them may be dealing with some legal issues. They may have court paperwork they need to do. Some of them might be getting separated or divorced. Some of them might be trying to figure out some type of paternity or child support. Some of them might be trying to stay out of jail or working on getting legal advice to avoid jail or probation. They may be getting on probation. They feel stuck in a situation, whether it's their lifestyle, whether it's a relationship. They feel like they have no option but to stay where they are. They can't move forward. They think you're not going to forgive them. Because you don't forgive them, there's no future with you. So they might as well stay where they are with the clean old ex, or in a dead end relationship that they really don't want to be in because they don't want to be alone. Okay, so what were some of the life lessons this person was supposed to learn from my collective? The karmic lessons. Love without self-abandonment. Real love doesn't ask you to disappear. Stay present, stay whole, and still be loved. So this person needed to learn that when they start having those feelings of intensity, of feeling loved, don't run. Stop running from love. See, this person was running. They were running from it. They were afraid of love. So they self sabotaged. They abandoned what real love was out of fear of getting hurt, only to realize that in the end, they're hurt. So what did they really accomplish? They didn't want to be hurt, so they ran, only to hurt themselves by leaving you. So it's like, what else? What else? That made no sense. Like, make it make sense. All right. Yeah. Awaken your power. You are more powerful than you realize. Awaken to your true strength and step into your potential. So your person needs to learn, like, to find your strength to be able to fight this past, their past hurt. They need to realize what they're doing. They need to realize they need to get the courage. When I think about this, I'm thinking about a Leo. Maybe that was a Leo or a fire sign. But just somebody needs to Go forward. Leave everything behind. Recognize that they can do it. They have strength in themselves. They're holding themselves back. Stop carrying what's not yours. They're carrying a lot of baggage. You've taken on emotions, guilt, and weight that were never yours. Give it back. Be free. Your person's carrying a lot of baggage. Maybe they're carrying a lot of responsibilities. Maybe they feel like they're trying to take care of their children, their family, their significant others. They're trying to start a business. They feel like they're doing so much that is wearing them down. They feel burdened, okay? It's heavy. But this is the thing. They're taking on things that don't belong to them because they're not setting boundaries, because your person never learned how to set boundaries, okay? And the last one, release the resentment loop. Resentment isn't power, it's poison. Stop replaying the story. You're free to choose peace. So this person's holding on again to a lot from the past. You see these people up there, their ancestors, this family, they are, this person, this came to me, but this person may have lost someone recently, some friends or parental or family member, and maybe they with that family member. Okay, this might be really specific, okay, because I'm getting this right now. Someone lost, I feel like a male figure, a young male figure. Someone lost a male figure in their life, and I'm feeling a younger, either a male figure was younger or they were at a younger age. But this was somebody that they were at odds with, and when this person went on went on with passed on, okay, they never had an opportunity to make amends with this person before they passed on. And I feel like your person holds on to this. Something they said or did, an upset. They weren't at, and they're not at peace. Someone passed on from them. A male figure passed on from them that they had a falling out with, or argument, or something with, or disagreement with, or weren't on speaking terms with. There were moments of silence between them, a gap between them. They may have said some harsh things or did something, and that person passed on, but they never resolved that feeling. They never came back to a peaceful resolution before that person passed on. Your person still holds that. They hold that. They hold some type of guilt over that. Okay, that's specific for somebody. I don't know who, but that's specific for somebody. For others of you, your person is just hope not had just not made peace, period, with people of their past, relatives, friends, people they dealt with, situations they walked away from. They never said they're sorry about. They still have resentment. They know they did people wrong, and they just never. They just keep holding on. They're not putting boundaries, because instead of them just forgiving themselves, they just keep moving on. Like, well, I've already done this. People always see me this way. I might as well just do this. What am I changing for? Okay. But most specifically, somebody had somebody to pass on they were at odds with. Okay. Can we look at some personal? Who could this person? Let's personalize some of this for my collective. Who this person might be? Can we have some personal? So let me split the second half. All right. This not even half. So let me split. Your person might drive a Dodge. Electrician. Your person might be an electrician, does electrical work, drive a Dodge, car, truck, whatever. All right. What else, Spirit Guides? What else? What do we have here? The person might like to fish. Fish also, they're in the water. Your person could be a water sign and just green. This person was not in their heart chakra, their fourth chakra. They had their heart closed to the situation. Somebody needs to learn to balance out their relationships, bring balance to relationships. Fish can also be like peace. Somebody needs to try to find their peace, because we have fish on the green with the heart chakra. Somebody's just not at peace. Your person's not having any peace. Oh, thank you, Spirit Guys. You used me. I told you I felt like somebody is thinking about or was not at peace with someone who passed on. Your person may have had a deceased mother, I'm pulling specifically a male, but it's possible, and because I said specific for somebody, okay, that was at odds, but somebody has deceased mother, okay, that they're in their heart's not at peace, and they're still holding on to some resentment from their mother that passed on. They could have been at odds with that person, for some of you, and they could be holding like heartache and guilt and grief because they feel like they didn't have opportunity to say goodbye, or upset that their parent passed on maybe while they were younger, and they're missing that nurturing, and just not happy since their parent passed on because they're out here lost. Okay, yeah, your person here, what else came out? Codependent. Your person's codependent, fear of abandonment, and impulsive behavior. They have impulsive behavior, and you're probably getting in codependent relationships because they're fearful. They feel like they're out here by themselves and on their own because their parent, their mother passed on. That nurturer, that one that makes them feel like whole, the one that gives them the unconditional love. And now they're trying to find love in all the real places, all the wrong places, because they're trying to look for that person who makes them feel like their mother made them feel. And they're getting in these codependent relationships thinking that it's love, but it's trauma bonding. Your person's trauma bonding with other people because they don't want to feel abandoned, because they feel abandoned by their mother. And they have this impulsive behavior of jumping in and out of all these relationships, getting codependent on people. All right. And then we have burn trash. Burn trash. This person wants to, something they don't want you to see. Your person may actually literally burn trash in their yard. Some people do that in a garbage can or something. But this person just have things about them that they want to burn, things that they want you to know, something they want to cover up. And they probably want to cover and burn the evidence, of them being codependent, or of their fears and of their insecurities. Okay. And that's what they didn't want you to know. And they tried to cover that. All right, it's more specific. Give me something else, Spirit Guides. These are my makeshift cards. So as I get downloads, I write them. So they may, these are things that they're going to come up that might be specific for you, because these are actual downloads that I've received. And I don't just sit around here writing, anything just to be writing for you guys. Okay, somebody might have a Honda car, Honda truck, put it where it goes. It's a white car, so they very well could have a white Honda. Pinched nerve. Your person might be dealing with some type of pinched nerve in their hand, their back, their arm, their leg, their neck. What else? So if your person's complaining about tingling sensations, burning sensations, their fingers or body part getting cold, getting numb, hurting, losing feelings, sensations, then they may have a pinched nerve. Okay, cramping, knotting. What else, Spirit Guides? Your person's definitely dealing with some karma. They're dealing with some karma, and they may be an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. All right. Give me a couple from these, and then we're going to slowly get ready to wrap this up. Spirit Guides. What else? And you may have an earth sign that's dealing with some karma right now, because they've had someone to pass on. They're getting in codependent relationships. They don't want to face some things, or what else, Spirit? No, we're not doing all that. Here, let's take this back. Your person might be self-employed. All right, I don't want to involve you in what I have going on. Your person just got so much going on in life right now. Right now, they feel like, you know what, you're a good person. You're deserving. They know they hurt you enough already in the past. And they're carrying. Remember, your person where's my card? They were carrying things that did not belong to them. They felt burdened by all the responsibilities, all the things they have going on. It's somewhere under here, guys. But you saw, okay, here it is. Stop carrying what doesn't belong to them. They're carrying so much, all right? They're in their head. They have a lot going on. They don't want to hurt you anymore than what they have. And possibly they didn't even intend. Their intentions were never to really hurt you to begin with. You just got hurt because they couldn't release or see what they were doing, okay? And now it's their karma. Even though they may not have intentionally hurt you, they did intentionally deceive you, okay? They did intentionally not communicate what was going on with them or what they wanted. And that's because they wanted to hold on to you while they were doing other things, okay? They did intentionally not tell you that they were seeing other people. The intent was not to hurt you, but they were being selfish in themselves to try to have their cake and eat it too. Okay, 3333. When I say that, what else? What else, Spirit Guide? And they just right now don't want to involve you in what they have going on because they know that they've done a lot already. They've done a lot. What else? Your person's a partier. They're going out here, they're partying. They may be doing that to cope with losing you, to mask or cover up, numb their feelings. So they could be partying, getting out, doing a lot of hookups. They just have all this energy, all these emotions coming up to them right now, and they want to numb themselves to that, get their mind off of it, okay? Some of them might actually be withdrawn. They're very resentful for what has happened um, and what they've done to you. What is this popping out? Somebody could be Gonzalez, Wilson, Anderson. They could live on a street named that, okay? Biracial. Your person could be biracial, whatever, of whatever race. It doesn't have to be black and white. It could just be any type of thing. And we have this green again. This person with the heart chakra, all right? They need to bring balance to themselves. They need to be balanced. Give me a few more. And then, let's see. Few more from my collection. They want to know, like, what's going on. Reyes, Stewart, Morris. Could be first, last, middle. Name of street. Michael, Vincent, first, last, middle. Name of a street. Somebody could be in their 30s. Okay. Threes also talk about growth, relationships. Hangman. All right, so somebody could be trying to look at things from another perspective. They also could see you as being abundant. Threes can also talk about pregnancy, so fertility. So somebody could have got someone pregnant. Someone could be pregnant from them, or they may be learning that a child is not theirs, or they could have gone to a situation because they thought someone was pregnant, or they could have gone back to somebody that had a child from them. Your person may live near a wooded area or have a lot of trees in where they live, or visit or go to, possibly burn trash in the wooded area. This could have been somebody you had a child from as well. All right. Or you're a male, you're the woman that you were dating could have gone back to her child's father. One more. One more. One more, spirit guides from here. Your person could be from Webster County, Taylor County, Candler County, or Bartow County. Don't know right off the head where that is. One more from this one. One more from this one. Healthcare. Your person may need to get, we did have check yourself earlier, check yourself, and we didn't have STDs out here. So your person may need to have a medical visit to check themselves to see if they've got some type of STD, okay, from hooking up in these third-party affairs, from these third-party hookups because they weren't unhealed. All right, so this is some personalization that could fit for you and your person. So let's just see what the angel advice for you is. You want to know what your person is going through, what they may have, what karma they may be facing. So let's see what's the angel advice on this person. Okay. Success. Go towards your success. You're going to have success, okay? In spite of what this person did, in spite of what they've gone through, you are successful because you've healed, you've grown, okay? Yes, they have some karma that they have to deal with that came up. They're dealing with it here. They're dealing with their karma, all right? They have to go in and heal. You've done some. So because you have successfully completed the cycle, you're moving on, all right? Continue to listen to your intuition. They are guiding you for where you need to go and where you need to take action. So do it. Go forward. Forget about the past. Let this go. You don't worry too much about what this person's karma is. Let them work on that themselves. You move on with yourself and take action towards your new beginning and your new opportunities. Okay? I hope this helped you. I hope I told you what you want to know. It wasn't all about your healing this time. Yes, they're dealing with their karma. Yes, they feel bad about what they did. Some of them may have an STD. Some of them just really, most, not all, ran from this connection because they just never healed their crap from their past, and they need to work on it and they need to heal it. But they're thinking about you and they're in their head about how they treated you. Okay? Thanks, collective.